Can't stop the flop, baby. Alright, what's up everyone? This is take 2. Last weekend we had a very unsuccessful public land hunt. But this weekend, I'm feeling pretty good. Just pulled over on a dirt road here. Got set up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of scouting. I'm not near the spot I want to be at yet. But we'll see what happens. So we're out right now. This is the first area that I'm looking at for where a turkey might be. So we're going to work in and we're going to see if we can't just kind of spot something or hear something. I just heard some drumming, but it sounded like a grouse. So I'm just going to crow call and see what we get. Nothing yet, but I didn't expect anything, so that's alright. I was driving down the road near one of the areas I wanted to scout. I gotta find a way to turn that off, it's so annoying. But I saw 2 turkeys on the side of the road. I'm gonna poke.
I think they're going right across the road, which is perfect.
I drove by a little further thinking that was a good sign. It's gotta be turkey close. And what ended up happening is I spotted 5 or 6 turkeys just on the edge of public land, exactly where I thought they were going to be. So because of that, I don't want to go too far down the road, but I've parked for now, and I'm going to move my way down a dirt road to get closer to them. I'm just going to crow call and see if I can't hear a gobbler or 2. So I think I hear some clucks. I guess I'm going to head back and scout another spot. But I know to my right, there's a field over there that I know for a fact there's birds in. The problem is it's private land. So I'm going to have to set up on private land far enough away that when I shoot it's not going to end up on private. But I'm going to have to set up on public and try and bring them over that line, which is a risky play. I don't know if it'll work out or not. See, there's a couple other spots I wanted to scout this evening though, so I'm going to go do that, and we'll see what it gets us. Alright, so I went out scouting and I saw some sign, a couple things. Not turkey track, but a couple sign of other animals, which is always good. And on my way back, this pack of wolves just started howling, man. They just started going at her. And that's super cool. But also, they didn't sound that far off. Like they were just down the road in the woods somewhere. And they started going, and then when they started going, another group just off to my right of where I am now started going. So it's the thing with the woods, man. You're not the only thing out here. That's pretty cool though. I've only heard wolves go off like that a handful of times in my life. Now it's 11 o'clock, and I just parked for the night. I went back into town and I filled up on gas to make sure I had enough for tomorrow if I had to do some scouting in the afternoon, and enough to get me through the weekend. Yeah, so it's been a good night. I found some really good spots. I'm in one position now where tomorrow morning I'm going to go set up on public land, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up on the edge of public land, because shortly past that there's a farmer's field, and there's 5, 6, I think I counted 8 turkeys total. So I'm hoping that in the morning when they fly down from their roost, I wasn't able to find a roost. I didn't want to go in and spook them. So I'm hoping that when I set up in the morning and the Toms and the Jakes go and do their thing, that eventually they'll make their rounds through the woods to me. So I'm hoping I can set up with a good angle far enough away from the farmer's land that I'm not trespassing, obviously, but close enough to that edge where I still have the chance of getting that turkey to come in and hopefully drop him if I'm lucky. So, hey, morning everyone. So we're just getting ready to step off towards our spot. It's about 4 in the morning, yeah. So I'm gonna push out and we're gonna go out and try and set up. Sunrise is in about an hour and a half, a little bit less than, and we're gonna try and push up. My goal, excuse me, it's early for me, early for everything. My goal is to push up down this road that I'm on as close as possible to where I can walk in without spooking anything, and then I'm gonna work real slow through the wood line, and let's see what happens, man. Alright guys, so I am set up. I shifted left of where I was. I took a better look at the private public land line, and it's basically right up to the edge of the field. So I just heard a gobble not long ago. I had sat in the other spot for about 3 hours, 2.5, and I wasn't getting anything. And the minute I started to move, I got a gobble out of this spot. So I'm gonna see if I can't go ahead and call him in. All right, so let's talk about what just happened there. So I set up and I heard some hens in there, and so I decided to wait a little longer. I sat there till about 7 a.m. You know, I had that feeling around 6:30 that I should move, but he says when you think about moving, don't. And every turkey video I've ever seen says the same thing. When you think about moving, wait another 30 minutes, they'll probably come into you. In this case, they didn't. I decided to pick up and move, and what I did was I shifted further left. I do a couple clucks. Sure enough, I get a gobble not 30 meters away from me. I couldn't see him, so I decided to shut up and let him come in. At least one tom in there. But what happened was he came out in front of me and he kind of strutted around a little bit, puffed up his chest, and I got that beautiful drum that they make. So that was my first time ever experiencing that, and just chills through my body. The adrenaline was pumping, heart was racing. Incredible moment. And they were a little hesitant to come in, so what I ended up doing was I just called a little more on the slate. I didn't have my mouth call in, which I should have, because they didn't want to come in. They started, I could hear one that was digging around, you know. He was off to my left, but I was really focused on this tom. But what I should have been doing is I should have been shifting left with that time I had while that tom was behind a little patch of trees. The trees were blocking his vision of my spot. I had the hen out in front of me about 15-20 meters, just a little bit off to my right. Sure enough, what happened was Tom followed suit with the hens that were off to my left, and he just went full left. I tried to spin around and get an angle on him as slow as I could, but it was, you know, he stuck his head up, and so as he caught me, and they kind of took off through the woods. So they're actually back there in that tree line somewhere. So I decided to leave entirely, and I know they go through there. I know I can call them on a public land, so I'm going to look around a little closer in this area for a roost this afternoon. It's still 9 a.m., so I got a good couple hours of shooting time yet. So I'm going to go to another spot I scouted yesterday. So I'm just going to keep my distance from them for today, and I'm going to go back in the morning and see if I can't make them commit. I'm going to set up a little better. I'm going to go in first, you know, right in the darkness, mornings, even I'm ready for them as soon as they come off that roost, so that I don't miss that opportunity again. That's the closest I've been to a turkey yet, and considering last weekend's events, I consider this growth. You know, I was able to bring them in, I was able to watch them, learn their behavior a little better, and like it, you know, guys like Michael Waddell will say the best way to learn turkey talk is to listen to him talk. So can't do that without any turkeys. I didn't get much experience last weekend, but this weekend I got the experience to, you know, hear those purrs, those clucks. So we're gonna go scout that other spot and see if we don't see some birds. There's a high Alright guys, so we're at location dose of... Alright everyone, so scouted the second spot. Nothing here, not even worth it. It's all flooded out exactly like I thought it would be. So my next plan is I just found a spot that I didn't see before, but I zoomed in on the map because I was in this area. It's near where I'm scouting, but it's actually right next to a farm field. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to get in there and draw something into the woods, which would be awesome. So a little update for you guys. I just got done some afternoon scouting. Really didn't find much, so best bet is that spot we were at this morning. I wish I got more of it on film, but unfortunately they all went where not only could I not film them, but I couldn't shoot them. So that's unfortunate, but such is life. That's what hunting is, right? Like if we got every animal we wanted every time, there'd be no animals left and more people would hunt. My buddy Ryan from last weekend is going to be coming out to join us for tomorrow morning's hunt. Originally, he had some stuff come up where he wasn't going to be able to join us. Whoa, playing with the camera there. All these bumps aren't good for I gotta get a better mount for my phone. But, so he wasn't originally going to be able to come out with us, but finally he was able to free it up. So him and his girlfriend are going to come out and join us. That's where I'm on my way to go now, is to go link up with Ryan. I did a little bit of afternoon scouting, checked out a few spots I didn't have time to do because of light yesterday. unfortunately, I'm not seeing a whole lot. So my thinking is, you know, if we have a spot, we know there's turkeys there, that's going to be our plan for the morning. And, you know, last weekend we ended up on a private land hunt at the end of the weekend finally. But I'm thinking this weekend we might be able to bag a bird on public land. All right, everybody. So it is 10 o'clock, 10:15. So met up with Ryan, and we scouted the rest of the afternoon. So Ryan, we found a couple of spots actually. We bumped a few turkeys in one spot. Came across a moose at another spot. He ran out right across the logging road right in front of us. We saw a turkey run off in a certain direction, kind of at the end of the day. So we imagine their roost is there, right? It was around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So they're heading to their roost anyways, and that's where he was heading. So at least a Jake. So Ryan's gonna head out that way, and he's setting up there for the night. And he's gonna go hunt that spot in the morning. We kind of built him a cache. And then we found another spot that was private land, but was marked with signage that basically said, "Kill the turkeys." For lack of a better word, it said turkey hunters welcome. We're setting up, we're ready for bed. I'm tired, I didn't sleep much last night. Turkey fever got me. I was up all night thinking about how I'm going to go after this Tom. So I'm off to bed, and I will see you guys at, I think I'm going to get up around 3:15 tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, guys, so it's 6:30. My phone died in the middle of the night. I just charged up a little bit so I could get on the road. So we're going to have to be super quiet, super careful. So I'm getting ready as quick as I can to get in there. And then once we start moving, we'll have to be super quiet. So I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film on the way in, just to keep it as silent as possible. All right, guys. So we're set up now. And I'm hoping this setup is a little better. I'm using some deadfall to help kind of cover my spot. As you can see, right out there is where the field is, and right at the edge of the field is the public land. I've got my decoy right there, so we're gonna see if we can't call one in now. Yesterday they came out here around 9, so I'm expecting at least another hour and a half before they show up. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up and move. I can't see anything in this field, and I think I'm too far to the left of it. I think where I was seeing them all day yesterday was way further down the field. So because they went to the left of me, I think I overcompensated and moved even further left than them. For now, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not hearing anything. So I think the best bet is to move, set up again, and then try and call. Okay, so we're set up in our new spot now. Again, I set up on the other side of a ridge. I've got a ridge just to the left of me. You can kind of see it right there. But I'm not seeing any turkeys on this field. So I don't know. All right, what's up, everyone? So we are at, it's 1:15 now. Hunt is over. Things happened kind of quick on that last little bit, so I didn't get any footage. But essentially what happened was I was sitting there and I saw the hen come by off to my left when I had set up in that spot. I didn't hear anything else. I didn't hear any other hens. I didn't hear gobbles, so it really was just her. And so I sat there for about 10-15 more minutes. Nothing happened. So I decided to leave and go to a spot that I saw a Jake at last night. So I head out to where the Jake was, and it was on a property that said open hunting for turkey hunting. So it was private land, but the guy basically, I imagine he got tired of people knocking on his door to go shoot turkeys. I went there, but this morning when I got there, the sign was taken down. So I didn't want to take the chance that I go on that property without the sign being there. But on a field across the other side of the road was what looked like a Jake. It was private property, so I had to go and ask permission. So I go and ask the landowner. He says, yeah, absolutely, but just for today. I really didn't have much time left. I got a closer look at the bird. It was just a hen. I called, no response for anything else. On my way out, I bumped into another person on the public land who's visiting from Indiana. He's here with work doing wildlife surveys, so that was pretty cool. You know, you never know who you're gonna meet. So, which is one thing I love about the hunting community. But at that point, I mean, it was 12:05. That was the morning, heading back and calling it a weekend. So, not the hunt I hoped for, not the hunt I wanted, especially after seeing what I saw Saturday morning. Kind of beat myself up about that one, but it is what it is. Hey everybody, Ethan here with Timber Ridge. I'll be trying to push out content to you guys at least once a week. If you like the video, like, subscribe. If you haven't seen my first turkey video, go check it out. It's going to be up here. Click the link, go follow, go watch that video. It'll kind of show you that weekend 1 to weekend 2, there's a fair bit of improvement there, but still no turkey. So we're working on it. I've got a third trip. 1, 2, 3. Third trip planned coming up. So hopefully that third trip is third time's the charm, right? That's what they say. So hopefully all goes well, and with that third trip we fill some tags. But make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to get outside.